All right, so I'm Walmart Special, and I got some questions from hiker Bopit to do an interview here with Orange Blazer. And so I'm going to go down the list of questions that she gave me here. All right, so I guess I gave the first one away. It's, what's your trail name and how did you get it?
Well, my name is Orange Blazer, as you said, and the way that I got it was in 2018 on my first through hike. When I came out of the swamp, I ran into a hiker named Super Classy, and she saw me with the orange shirt and said that you look like an orange blaze. So later when I ran into Trail Angel Ruth Lawler, I passed that story on to her, and she said, there you go, that's your trail name, you are now Orange Blazer, and I've been Orange Blazer ever since.
That's an awesome story. Second question, have you through hiked before, and where if so?
I have through hiked before. This is my third through hike of the Florida Trail. In 2018, it was a straight through hike. 2020 was a section hike of the Florida Trail, and then this year will be a flip-flop. Once I'm done at Fort Pickens, I'm going to go back and pick up the swamp, and hopefully by that time the reservation.
Oh, awesome. All right, do you plan to hike any other trails?
Yes, next year, well actually this year, in November I turned 60. So my plan is to do a yo-yo the Florida Trail starting in October, coming out of the swamp in time to go to kickoff and brief everybody on the water sources that are available in the Big Cypress. And then I'm going to turn around and head back north. Once I'm done with there, I'm going to take a couple weeks off and then jet out to Arizona and do the Arizona Trail. After the Arizona Trail, take a couple weeks off, and then after talking to Acorn a little bit this year, I'm going to head up and do the Pacific Northwest Trail.
Oh, very cool, very cool. All right, have you found anything surprising about this trail?
The Florida Trail, what I find the most surprising is that it changes year to year, and it's not just when different FTA groups take out roadwalks and add in trail areas, the trail itself changes. Osceola this year was a giant swimming pool, and when I went through in 18, there wasn't much water. The swamp has been anywhere from dry cement-like mud to waist-deep water, depending on the year you go through. So each and every one of my Florida trail hikes has been completely different from the last.
That's cool. Do you have a favorite trail food?
I do. I'm an M&M's freak. People ask me what I eat on trail, and I know a lot of hikers like Snickers, but for me, it's packs of M&M's. Every morning at 10 o'clock, I eat a shareable size bag of M&M's, and when I come off trail, that's probably the hardest thing for me to kick, is my M&M's addiction.
That is definitely a hiker diet right there for sure. How do you afford to through hike?
I'm retired. I did 28 years in the Navy. I get paid every morning just for breathing, and so I actually make money because I'm not paying for anything when I hike other than, my M&M's.
No, that's cool. What is your favorite piece of gear and why?
It's got to be my tent. I'm not one of these ultralight people. I mean, I do have a light tent. I've got a Z-Pax tent, but being able to be inside the tent, and when it rains, I stay dry. When it's warm and the mosquitoes are out, I can watch the mosquitoes beating their brains out trying to get inside the tent, and they're not bothering me. And oddly enough, when I hear the coyotes howling, I feel like my tent is, made out of tungsten and not Cuban fiber. They can't get to me if I'm inside my tent. So
yeah.
To me, my tent is my favorite piece of gear.
Excellent. How do you navigate the trail?
Oh, I've got the Florida Trail app. I downloaded Sanders' program back in 2016, and I've got an Android, so I don't have the full gut hooks whatever thing. I just have the old Florida Trail app that gets updated all the time, and it spoiled me. I've hiked other trails, and I find that their apps aren't nearly what the Florida Trail app is. I love it.
That's cool.
And because I've done so many of the blazes, I follow the blazes.
Yeah. What's been your favorite day of hiking so far?
Well, my favorite day, I thought it was today when I met the Pepsi machine lady, but after thinking about it, it's got to be about a month ago when Freezer and I startled a Florida panther.
Oh, cool.
I've been out here for years, and I always wanted to see a Florida panther. I've seen all the other critters, and just coming around the corner and seeing that panther, and then seeing that it was more scared of me than we were of it, and it just took off running through the brush. But that was great.
Yeah,
I'll always remember that.
That's a rare sighting right there for sure. Any words of advice to other hikers?
Take care of your feet. Take care of your feet. On the Florida Trail, you're going to get wet. Practice before you come on the Florida Trail, walking miles, carrying weight with wet feet. I know some people do Crocs and socks. Some people have to have 3 pairs of socks. For me, it's Injinji toe socks and Salomon shoes. I hiked with somebody last year. We went through 4 sets of shoes and sock combinations in the month of January before we found what didn't create blisters.
Wow.
So that is one. And 2, know where your water sources are. There's absolutely no reason to carry 3 smart water bottles full of water. That's an extra 6.6 pounds, and there's no reason to do that. There's so often there's water right around the corner. Everybody's got a water purifier. Make some water and then cruise, but don't carry. The last thing you want to do is roll into camp with 2 liters of water that you've carried all day, and you realize that you spent all this money to go ultralight and you've carried 4.5 extra pounds all day long. That's just dumb.
Makes sense. All right, well, that's all the questions that Bopit had for you, and I guess that will conclude this interview. But thank you very much for your time, Orange Blazer.
Cheers.
Cheers.